Hi, this is Amanda Barrera from Barrerahomeschool, and I wanted to do an update about our homeschooling curriculum. So traditionally, we did what they did in public school. Basically, we did the calendar, and you sat down and had story time, etc., etc. And then we changed it for ourselves after we did K-12. We did what is known as traditional homeschool, which is basically workbooks. So you had a math book, science curriculum, history, drawing. I basically supplemented with things from the dollar store. So it was language arts, spelling, writing, all those things. So that's not what I'm doing anymore. We made a change. Well, I should say I made a change. I came across someone who knew about this method so that they could help me with a little more information of where to look. And she directed me to a website of AmblesideOnline.org. Yes. And it's a great website. It has the full curriculum. It has everything you need written down. But it's Charlotte Mason method of homeschooling is not a curriculum. And I think people get confused about that. It's not a curriculum. It's a method of homeschooling. So you have to do things in your own way, and you have to do things more or less in her way of thinking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the things that we do and use to do Charlotte Mason method of homeschooling day to day, week to week. I'll show you the schedule, what's on the website, everything. You're going to have to forgive me. This is my notebook, and I have to hold my tablet. So this is my notebook. This is what I use every day. Let's see if I can hold this. Okay. I put on here personally. I wrote this up, obviously. I did basically a workup of everything she's going to learn this year. She's doing year 1. She's 7, she's going to turn 8 in September. So, obviously they have Bible. If you're not religious, you can just forgo it. We do it because she's interested. History, this is about what you're going to learn this year. There's 3 different terms to each year. Every 12 weeks is 1 term, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So this shows what they learn, shape of the earth, Great Lakes, animal stories, narration, which is their language arts, simple copywork, etc. And obviously I made this notebook myself. Today's our first day, so we're still putting it together. So what I did is they have an entire book list of books for I think I did it by the term. But I wrote down all the books. I found what I could find free on Kindle. And then these are the ones I got at the library. These are ones, so we're going to read these ones first, and then we'll switch these out with the ones from the library, from my Kindle, so that she can read these completely. These are the daily tasks. Obviously, I wrote this. I'll show you what they have you do. Notes. Okay, this is the schedule. I cover it up so I can see the once a week because it's a little more complicated. This is what I printed off for year 1 off the website. Now what it says is this is week 1's study. Okay, and that's just the first page. So you got to print off both pages, and it shows, here's, you don't have to do everything. We do what we can. So what we do with a 2-year-old around is I read the Bible this morning. We didn't read that. Some of these books I don't have yet. What we did was she read Paddle to the Sea. She did her math. Don't have that. She didn't read anything else. I think she didn't even read a poem today, honestly. So what we did, hold on, I'll show you what we actually did do today. Okay, now that I can sync up and get our information right, I write down in my own personal notebook what we do, notes, things we need to remember, whatever. These are my personal notes. So we'll see how this syncs up. Genesis is the Bible. Math, obviously, math's on the other page. Copy work was writing a Bible verse. She did, see, most of the stuff's on the other side. She did handwriting. She did, which is her copy work. She has a cursive notebook that she works in. She did a draw and write, which I will show you all those things in just a minute. She worked in her nature book, which is a nature study journal book. She did her draw and write. She did her plant journal, which I'll show you in just a moment. We started that before, and we listened to Beethoven as our musical appreciation for the day. So this is her plant journal. This is what we've been working on as well. Riley, my 2-year-old, also has one for her, which is interesting to look at, let me just say. So I'm going to show you the few books that I actually got from the library, and I'm going to show you the actual workbooks that she works on outside of the reading books. So I'll show you all the books and everything, papers, everything I worked on. Okay, I'm going to apologize. I know everybody apologizes and it's really annoying, but this is really hard to try and film. So, I showed you her schedule. I showed you the list of things and subjects and the things for the week. Wait, we still awake. I'm probably talking loud. So, I have my personal notebook, and I call it my school notebook. And I have my personal one. Let me organize myself. Okay, I have it written down for how we have a routine. Basically, a routine. First we do math, which, see, this is where we get to the stuff where you can see, which makes sense. I have it all listed up here. We use teaching textbooks, which I love. Teaching textbooks is great. It's great because I don't do math very well, and even I am learning with it as well as her, so it works great. And we do story time at the library, which we might have to stop that, so at the Dollar Tree, I found a bunch of school stuff that are great for her age. And basically what I've done is by basically going on Pinterest and looking at what's for second grade. I figured out what a second grader needs to know and all of those things. And then I found this curriculum. So I'm following this method, not curriculum. And so it's got weekly things you need to do, and it's got daily things to do. So we do math, and then, which one's the poetry book? I think it's on my Kindle. Okay, the poetry book is on my Kindle. And she's supposed to read a poem a day, recite it. We didn't do that today because we just ran out of time, and it's our first day trying this new way of homeschooling. So handwriting, she does what I call copying work, which is she copies the Bible verse that we learned that day, because there's 3 of them, so 3 days a week. And then there's handwriting, 2 different things. She's in 2nd grade, but she passed the 2nd grade handwriting book already, so we're doing cursive. And today's the first day of doing it, I won't lie, but oh my goodness, epic fail. As a 2nd grader, she's doing amazing at cursive already. So, hey, I'll take it. And there's another one called Draw and Write, but we're not doing the writing portion of it. We're doing the drawing portion of it, just for drawing lessons, just for craft, just for something to do that's fun. Actually, I could show you that one. I don't think we tore it out. Oh, we did tear it out. We tear it out every day, I guess. But that's fun. She enjoys that. No, Riri. Honey. Okay, I had to handle the wee-wee. Draw and write. Then, nature journal. This is her nature journal. This is what she saw outside of our door, our window, right there in her balcony. And she's welcome to do whatever she wants in that, basically. Not a doodle pad, but it's, you find nature, you pin it in your book, whatever you want to do. So what we do is, daily. We do math, poetry, handwriting, copy Bible verse, and reading. Reading. She's got an entire book list of books that she's supposed to read for this week. Not this term, this week. That includes Paddle to the Sea. Well, actually I should say, let me look on here. That's all the ones that were underneath the first list. So, 50 famous stories she should read for this week. Sword of Damocles. An island story, she should read Albion and Brutus. Chapter 1 of Paddle to the Sea. Wolf the Kid, Tortoise and the Duck of Aesop. Parables of Nature. I don't even know what that is. We're going to figure it out. I don't have it yet. Just So Stories, The Whale Story. And a little bit of Shakespeare. Yes, actual Shakespeare like we read in high school. So she read today, she read Paddle to the Sea, but she read more than one chapter. She read all the way up to chapter 15 because we're trying to go through the library books first. So that works out great. Weekly, no. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 books that she's going to read in 1 week. And some of them are big, some of them are small. Paddle to the Sea is easy for her to read, and she's going right through it. In 1 day, she read 15 chapters. So weekly, we do a plant journal. I showed you the plant journal. They're growing beans and grass and chia seeds out there. She does her drawing, which is her write and draw. Her nature journal, which is her sketch pad. And crafts. We haven't done crafts yet. We're going to do... I have a teacher's manual for their plant journals, and it has activities. So the first one, here we go. This is a pre-lab. This is leaf rubbings. I knew it was something like that. Leaf rubbings. So she has leaf rubbings on here, and we're going to do that, follow the instructions. We were going to do it this weekend, but that fell through. Okay. And for her Bible verse, I have some old line paper that's specifically for helping you actually learn how to draw and write. And so she wrote the verse, which is only a sentence long. I keep it pretty short. And then she wrote it twice. So that works on her penmanship and copywriting. And I wrote down everything that she actually got done in my personal journal, which I have kept since we started homeschooling. So we've got full records of everything. Okay, now I wanted to show you the books that we got at the library. Which actually isn't that many, apparently. We got a lot. I'd say 95% on Kindle, free. So, that was great. These are the Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling. Anyways, I don't remember the schedule, but she's supposed to read this week. But I think she's only supposed to read one story. So I have to look through the rest of the term and see if she's going to need more stories. If so, she can just go ahead and read them and get them off the checklist. As we said, Paddle to the Sea. And I found these in a very small library, mind you. And then I've wanted to do, it says there's a recommended book reading list that's for free time reading, that sort of thing. And I have picked a couple. And I'm reading it. I'm reading it before she does. It's Little House in the Big Woods. I know something. I'm tired. And I've read that much in 1 day. Okay, that looks like not a lot. I've read that much in 1 day. I'm almost done with it. Might get to finish it tonight. And then I also got the second book, which is the one that most people know, which is Little House on the Prairie. So, she's got those. And I think there's 4 books that I haven't been able to find, but they're like $2.99 or 99 cents on Kindle, and I just don't want to pay for them right now. So we'll do that later, I guess. So that's how our day went today. We also had to get some shopping done today, and that really cut into our reading time. She needs to read Benjamin Franklin as well. So hopefully we'll get this done by this week. We also have Girl Scout cookie booth tomorrow. So we'll see how this works. Wish us luck. We need it.